Und da sind wir wieder zurück. Zu wie sehen wir das? Schauen wir uns einmal genau an, bevor wir reden. Vielleicht.
Tja, appears to be snowed under. Chap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters.
Da wird er sich nicht freuen.
Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
Naja.
I suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien. We should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Japp, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
We'll be there as soon as possible.
Ist schon wer tot. Wir haben es ihm aber noch gesagt. Aber er glaubte nicht.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Poirot!
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Japp waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
Achso, ich kann mich... Warte.
Bexhill seems to be a pleasant little town.
Na, hallo?
Bexhill is a pretty little seaside resort with elegant architecture, although personally I prefer more modern buildings.
Gut. Zuerst mit ihm reden.
How do you do, gentlemen?
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old. Death occurred last night between 11:30 and 1 o'clock, and we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Okay.
Has the press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've asked everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Ich schau mal, so blöd wie es ging, zuerst die Hütten an.
This hut is locked.
Na gut, schauen wir uns die Leiche zuerst an. Aha,
These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth.
Da hat er einen Schlüssel.
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock. She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it. Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. A braided silk belt. It may have belonged to the victim.
Zip.
The guide is open at the page for the Bexhill train times. The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a coat and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
Weil ihr
Either
da
the
im
murderer
Bungalow
stole her belongings or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Nein, Gehirnzellen arbeiten lassen. Auf welche Weise wurde das Opfer ermordet? Na, das ist einmal logisch. Sie hat sich auf jeden Fall nicht gewehrt. Spuren am Hals, und jetzt ist die Frage, was das dritte ist. Die hübsche Frau nicht. Ist auch nicht. Da haben wir es. Rasch und mit einem Gürtel ermordet.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt. Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Meh. Welche gemeinsamen Punkte gibt es zwischen dem Mordfall in Andover? Das. Und. Also das Kursbuch auf jeden Fall. So. Wurden die Verbrechen von Anne und Bexhill... Ja. Na gut. Da tue ich nicht lange umeinander.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find prints this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Darf ich jetzt in den Bungalow? Jo. Darf ich in den Bungalow? So ist er wahrscheinlich probieren.
This hut is locked.
Oder wir schauen einfach uns die Nummer an. Nummer 6. Nummer 6. Was? Da hat die Zahl umdreht. So, 715.
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert a key.
715. Und tschüss. Zup. Und zup. Und eine Handtasche drin, okay.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings. The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder. Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top-brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance. As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
Aha, schauen wir uns das mal an. Okay, aber das bringt uns nicht viel. Jetzt zumindest nicht.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931. So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Okay.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first. Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Ja, gehen wir mal. Crabs, da waren Crabs. Aha, was?
Could it be the same buildings as on the victim's photo?
Aha.
This is definitely where the photo I found in the hut was taken.
Wieder was rausgefunden. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Können wir anschauen wieder?
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems to be troubling him greatly. With all these tourists, these shops must be thriving. I fear that this case is far from being solved.
Come on, Poirot. You'll find the killer.
Certes. But how many times will he kill before I do?
Dann düsen wir hinein.
With all these tourists,
Na, das haben wir schon. Dann düsen wir hinein.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Ja, ich drücke da weiter drauf, weil es ist irgendwie grün und stört mich.
this is a well-laid table. Nothing is out of place and, above all, no creases.
Schauen wir uns wieder selber im Spiegel an, wenn wir ja so toll sind. Ein bisschen schneller könnte es halt gehen. Oh, ich bin so schön, ja. Geil, geil. Hier können wir sicher das Foto zeigen. Nein, können wir nicht. Gut.
What a pity. I don't have any chance to make it work.
So.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat. This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat. It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
Eigentlich wollte ich dich ja fragen. Okay, wir können.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own. These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty? Where is Betty?
Da.
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? Betty worked from 11...
Ja.
This page won't help me. No, this person is not the last one to have worked with Betty.
Die da.
Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
Zwischen 5 und 7:30 Uhr. Sollen wir uns jetzt anschauen. Könnte ich das so halbwegs lesen?
Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one.
Okay, sie ist die, was so schmiert. Beziehungsweise... Da ist noch...
Most probably a family. Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
Okay, haben wir es irgendwie doch geschafft.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today. She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
She appears to have been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my business, I shudder to think.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
Do you think there may have been some problems between them?
I'm not on those sort of terms with my staff. Now, please excuse me, I have work to do.
The customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest. What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
Ja. Aber das sehen wir dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dann, euer Zlabus. Tschüss, Dankeschön.